I chose BTech in electrical engineering, and the final 2 years were nightmare, depressing and overwhelming because I had nothing to show for it at the end except a mediocre GATE score. This wasn't just because of the BTech electrical course or being in a tier 3 college. In fact, most of the mistakes were mine. That's exactly why I am creating this roadmap, so that you can avoid those mistakes and make the most of every semester during your BTech. I hope you all have chosen the best possible college based on your JEE or state entrance exam rank. Now you have 4 years. 4 years that can make or break your career. These years are more than enough, and they can define your entire professional journey. As most of you already know, I am Razveer, Research and Development Engineer, currently working in the VLSI domain. That is why this video will be more inclined towards circuital branches like electrical, electronics and related fields. However, students from any branch can adopt the learnings and apply them accordingly. Throughout your BTech journey, you will go through 8 semesters covering around 40 subjects along with several practical labs. Some of these academic courses are highly relevant to industry needs, while others may not be as useful. That is exactly why I have created this step-by-step roadmap, so that you can focus on what truly matters. Here is the outline of this video on your screen. Let's dive right into the first part of the roadmap: different career paths for circuital branch students. Let's begin by understanding the career options available after BTech. Only then we can figure out what subjects, skills and certifications to focus on year by year. By circuital branches, I mean courses that include electrical, electronics and computer science components. So let's first look at the private job sector. If you go the software or IT route, there are roles like software engineer, data scientist, AI engineer, backend developer, app developer and many more. On the core technical sides for electrical and electronic branches, you will find roles in VLSI, embedded systems, signal processing, power electronics and electric drives. Each of these has its own set of trending subdomains and required tools. If you are not interested in the private sector, you can go for government jobs. GATE opens the door to top PSUs like BHEL, NTPC, ISRO, DRDO and more. Sometimes these organizations may conduct their own examinations, but GATE level preparation will open the door for them. If you are aiming for a stable government job, you can also consider exams like SSC, JEE or State Electricity Board recruitment. In many of these roles, technical knowledge might not be used day to day, but cracking the entrance requires solid concepts. And if you don't want to do any kind of job at all, there is always the option of freelancing, startups, etc. You can build your own projects and offer services in fields like IoT, app development or PCB design. Want to start a product based or service based company? That's great, but you will need your own separate roadmap for that. This video is not for those level of things. So now let's go into the year wise breakdown. In the first year, the syllabus is usually similar across most of the branches. Your main aim should be to build a good CGPA while clearing your basics. Make sure you understand subjects like network theory, digital electronics, analog electronics, engineering, mathematics and basic programming. Alongside, start assessing different career paths in your first semester. Watch videos, read blogs and talk to seniors. Try to decide on a direction by the end of first year. I know that it sounds ideal, and yes, it is tough. Your goals might change once you face real challenges or get exposed to something new. That is fine. First year is all about exploration. Give yourself the space to explore fully. And if your direction isn't clear by the end of first year, do not worry. You still have time in second year. To summarize, in your first year, build strong fundamentals and explore different career paths. Avoid mistakes like fearing coding, avoiding communication or not networking, and you are good to go into second year. In second year, you will start getting branch specific core subjects. CGPA still matters, at least for placement, so try to make it above 8. Now this is the point where you start aligning your studies with your career path. If you have decided to go for GATE, focus hard on subjects like signal and system, control system, analog circuits, electromagnetics, electrical machines and power systems. Like this subject choice totally depends on what branch for GATE you have decided. If you are going for VLSI, give more attention to digital electronics, microprocessors and CMOS VLSI design. The same applies if you are leaning towards embedded system or signal processing, just focus on the related subjects. Start learning relevant tools and skills. For VLSI, learn Verilog, System Verilog, and get hands-on with layout tools like Cadence Virtuoso. For power systems, learn MATLAB and Simulink. If you are interested in embedded systems, learn C, C++, Arduino, and ARM. Learn how to use Linux and basic shell scripting. For IoT or product design, pick up PCB design tools like EasyEDA or Altium. You may start with the basic tools and then you can shift to the sophisticated, but some tools may require paid subscription, and for that you have to go your college and check if they have the subscription or not. If I come to theory, then take some certified courses from NPTEL, Coursera or Udemy. These are great additions to your CV and they help with deep conceptual understanding. Second year is also the point where you should achieve absolute clarity about your career path. अब आप हमेशा के लिए यही डिसाइड करते रह जाएंगे कि कौन से करियर में जाना है तो देर हो जाएगी, तो सेकंड ईयर तक ये डिसाइड कर लेना है. Try not to delay it beyond this point. Now let's talk about third year and final year. This is where real execution begins. You have elective subjects. Choose them wisely based on your domain. If you have decided on embedded, pick embedded Linux or real-time operating systems. If it's VLSI, go for subjects like analog IC design or digital system design. Start applying for internship even if they are small. Internsala, LinkedIn and direct company websites are all useful. If your college brings companies for internship, that's great, go for it. If not, identify companies in your domain, visit their career pages and reach out on LinkedIn. Even unpaid internships can give you hands-on experience. You are in college only, so just try to get a meaningful internship related to your career path. Basically, start building your resume. Create a solid LinkedIn and GitHub profile. If possible, read IEEE papers or research papers in your field to stay updated with current industry trends. When you reach final year, try to get a 6-month internship if your curriculum allows. It may even convert into a full-time offer. I have seen many guys who just get the 6-month internship in their final year and get the full-time offer from product-based companies. Choose your final year project in the domain you want to work in. A strong project, well executed, can help you stand out in interviews. Add achievements from your project and internships to your resume. Interviewers will definitely look at them, and it could be the one thing that makes you stand out from other candidates. The most important thing, don't fear coding or artificial intelligence. You don't have to become an expert overnight, but give it a try. Confidence comes only from exposure and practice. You don't have to join random college clubs unless you want a career path in media, performance or in acting. People often say these clubs help with communication, but that's not the only way. You can build communication skills by talking with friends, professors and seniors in a more focused way. No need to waste times on clubs and dramas. To sum it up, use the first 2 years to explore, understand fundamentals and lock down your career path. Use the last 2 years to give 100% to that path, project, skills, internship and placements. If your college has good placements, amazing. If not, prepare hard and apply off campus. Start with internship and then try for full-time roles. Maybe you get the PPO during your internship only. So if your goal is to get a job right after BTech and avoid unnecessary MTech or aimless years, you have to plan and act smart from day one of your engineering. That's it for the roadmap. I hope it gives you the clarity and saves you from the mistakes which I made. All the best for your future.